I've always been driven by working on really hard problems with really smart people, and that's sort of been a hallmark of the career. And coming in here, working on what we believe is one of the hardest problems in the technology industry today, with some of the smartest people I've ever worked with in my career, is just super motivating. We're a quantum safe security company, which is kind of a mouthful to say. We're essentially looking at some of the long-term threats from the investments that are going on in quantum information science. And here in Waterloo Region, there's about $1.6 billion that's been invested in the last 20 years, starting with Mike Lazaridis at the Perimeter Institute in 1999, and then we've got IQC and the University of Waterloo, and then Quantum Valley Investments. And one of the realizations we had about 5 years ago was that with all of this interest and excitement in quantum technology and the problems we could solve, most of the focus was on all of these wonderful things we could do, solve problems that were unsolvable today. And for ISARA, the genesis of the company was a realization that there was another hard problem, which is the underlying security of everything that we do when we transact online today, and it's about to be broken. And there wasn't as much attention being paid to that as all of the other beneficial uses of quantum computers. So our call to action was really, how do we build a suite of technology that will protect the digital world that we know today from the threat of quantum computers, and how do we do that in a seamless and cost-effective manner? Right? So we are 35 people. We're sort of the biggest company of our kind in the world, and we've been looking at this, not just from a math standpoint. So when you look at where the academic research is, we're really focused on, can we get the underlying equations done properly, and do we get the right kind of security attributes from the math formulas that we're going to use to protect future digital transactions. When people come and talk to us, it's because we take a much broader vision of that. We've been looking at not just do we get the math right, but how do we integrate that into that digital ecosystem? Because we have an existing footprint of technology, and these new different mathematical problems that we're going to be required to secure transactions on the internet are not necessarily going to fit into the same footprint. So we've been looking at how we optimize them, how we get them really efficient, and how we can fit into everything from a small IoT sensor to a broad distributed data center like AWS. And that presents a number of unique challenges that go well beyond where sort of the state-of-the-art academic research is. And then my team, we're sort of experts in this field. We've all been doing this for 20 or 30 years. We've built a multidisciplinary leadership team that has standards capabilities, deep math capabilities, and kind of business acumen. And that sort of brings us all together. And I think 3 or 4 years from now, we'll be a dramatically different company. I don't think the mission changes, but certainly the scale of our operation and the sophistication of our solutions will be much different than it is today.